Buffet Networking podcast promotes successful business experts. I'm Tom Rioch, connecting people throughout the world from my podcast studio in Brazil. Joining us today from Dallas, Texas is John Lawyer, spiritual guide at Kishar Community, creating an environment for individuals to connect, expand their horizons, and find stability in their day-to-day world. So, John, what is being open to the universe about?
Hey, Tom, thanks for having me on the show. I think being open to the universe is about being prepared and ready for what the universe is going to send you. You know, when you're out there every day, you're living your life, we never know what's going to come our way. And, you know, the only constant in the world, in the universe, is probably change.
Right.
Everything's changing. We're always in motion. The universe is always motion. It's that rhythm, right? Mm-hmm. And so if we're standing still, we're probably not going to be able to be in receive mode for that change and that stuff that's coming at us from the universe. So I think being open to the universe is really about a perspective and a mindset that we have as we're moving through this concrete reality every day of what's coming my way. Am I ready for it? Am I ready to see it in a way that is different than what I expected? So maybe I wanted this to happen. I wanted this to happen, or I want to go here. I want this goal to be achieved. Am I ready to receive these things that are coming my way that are going to get me there, that may not always exactly look like we think they will?
No, they generally don't. More often than not, they don't.
That's right.
You know, as we say, every day is a new day, but every day exactly is that, you know. And in the old days, the phone would ring. It's not a phone ringing anymore. It's a text message pinging. So when we open our door, there may be a dog at it barking. There may be somebody there knocking on it. There may be a number of things happening. But what you look for, you're trying to find stability. And all of this, which is sort of unstable, you help people find stability?
I do. I work with people to build those blocks of life, these blocks of life that we live, you know, our lifestyle stuff, and build this base. Because if we're grounded and we're centered in our base, in our day-to-day, we're going to have more room to have that alignment of our mind, body, and soul, and kind of then enjoy that peace and calm, that joy that comes with being living kind of our spiritual purpose or our life purpose, you know. So I definitely think stability is this thing that plays really big in our life, because, you know, when we live in chaos, we're going to get more chaos, right? And when we live in kind of a more intentional, grounded way, we're going to be more peace and more calm.
So back to that, when we open the door in the morning, the more we are, let's say, self-centered in the sense of stability, inner stability, we're not going to feel that chaos.
Yeah, it's about how we approach life. You know, there's that saying where the mind goes, energy flows, right? Mm-hmm. And so as we go back to that thought of being open to the universe, the thing that we put out as we're moving through the universe these days, we're moving through this world every day, that's what's going to come to us. If we're putting out positivity, if we're putting out resolve, if we're putting out this idea that I can do this, that I will do this, then we will do that. We can do that, and good things will happen, because life's a mirror. So things reflect back to us that we're putting out into the world, into the universe.
Well, I personally believe that there's so much positive energy out there. And I really feel energized, you know, when we step out, when we look at something simple like the sun shining, the rain falling, the wind blowing, that's energy. And so how we accept that and how we feed off of that, really that's part of my comfort for every day.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? We know there's all this energy out there. And I love that you brought that up, because we see it within ourselves. When we have more positive energy, we have more energy. We don't get tired as much. We don't get kind of lethargic. And we know that if we're at work and we're in a room, we know that for better or for worse, one single person can walk in that room and absolutely change the energy of that room. I mean, we see energy at work around us in these amazing ways every single day. So we know it, we see it. Even if science can't prove why that happens in a room, we know that it does.
Well, we feel it. And sometimes later it's a shocking experience.
Absolutely.
So that's the grounding, back to being grounded, to knowing yourself, to feeling yourself, but also sharing yourself. As you're in the room, right? We're in the room, we're generally not alone. So energy's flowing.
Yeah, I think we have to realize that we have a great power over ourselves. We have great power over kind of what's in this our own individual reality bubble that we move through with every day. But yeah, we share this world with a lot of other people, and whether that's right, wrong, or indifferent, it doesn't really matter. It's just the truth of life. So we have to, be aware of how we interact with the world around us. If we're interacting with the world around us in a way that extends our reality, our positive, upbeat, uplifting self around us, we're probably going to get that back. And other people around us are going to interact with us in ways that support us, that move us forward, that lift us up, and us them. So it becomes this perpetual motion machine of energy that we're putting out around us. It makes a huge difference.
So that's the basis of Kishar. It's a spiritual community. All right. It's already based on one, but you're adding ones together to become a community. That's it.
I believe there's room for authentic, meaningful connection in the digital world, right? We have all this stuff, all this noise around us, but it's great. We have the sum of all human knowledge in our hand with our cell phones, and we can interact with each other in meaningful ways every single day in a way that, okay, this doesn't have to be a lonely thing. This can be uplifting. This can be a thing where even if I'm a Hindu and you're a Christian, or someone's a Muslim, or someone's an atheist or a New Age spiritualist, we can all kind of have a conversation, practice our own individual philosophy or construct, and move forward together in a positive and like I said, meaningful way.
Well, you say could. I think we should, because exactly if we can
absolutely
if we can understand these different energies are at work, and we need to understand that these energies, maybe not from our point of view, but they're positive energies. People don't believe what they believe in a negative fashion.
Yeah, and that's why I like what you said in the very beginning, that there's positive energy all around us. We just have to reach out and choose to use it. I think that's the essence of living how you want to live, because most people want to live a positive life. Most people want to live an uplifted life. Most people want to move through life in a more calm, peaceful way. And it's all out there. We just kind of have to reach out and touch it. We just have to reach out and surround ourselves with that energy that already exists.
I agree. But many years ago, I learned, somebody smarter than I said, just get away from negative persons. And that was one of the things that once I did that, I really felt my life change.
I think every day we have all these choices. I think part of being open to the universe is realizing that when we wake up every day and we go throughout our life every day, we have a choice all the time. Even when we interact with people we don't want to interact with, often we have a choice about how much interaction we have with them, about how we let that interaction impact us. And so we really need to choose about where we put ourselves physically, where we put ourselves emotionally, and we have to make choices that surround us with what we need and what will work for us.
All right. As a community, are you virtual centric? Is it everywhere? Do you create a community that's virtual?
Yeah, it's online mostly. And we have places where people can chat back and forth via text every day, and online, either on your desktop. We have a mobile app as well. And, we've shared, meditations, affirmations, and we have courses on how to be grounded and stay centered. And that comes as part of the community. And it's just a place, we have discussion points every day. That's like, hey, let's talk about this and see how this works out for you, what you think about it.
Okay, I'm looking at your site, which is kishar.org, KISHAR.org.
That's right.
I said you have a free discovery call. So someone wanting to interest is just call.
Yeah, we have monthly membership. We're a nonprofit. All the funds go back into the members and support the community. And people can call us, they can email us, they can DM us on Instagram, and we'll have a conversation about the monthly membership. We also offer individual spiritual guidance and coaching calls as well. And we're always available.
Well, then exactly what you do is to help people find their way in a community. Is it just one community, or do you have segments?
There's segments within the community based on what people need or are looking for, and they have different offerings and parts of it. So yeah, there's some segments there.
But there's a place for everyone.
Yeah, I think anybody could use this. I mean, I work with, people from driven professionals to stay-at-home parents, and, I've been everything from a driven professional overseas at combat for 12 years to someone who stayed at home and kind of worked from home. So I've done a little bit of everything.
Very good. Well, how can our listeners find you?
Yeah, we're at that website you said, kishar.org, KISHAR.org. Our social handles are at Kishar Spiritual. And we have a pretty cool YouTube channel called Peace on Your Journey. So if you search that on YouTube, you'll find us. And it's got helpful videos on just being more spiritual and being more aligned in mind, body, soul, and living your life every day.
Very good. Well, thanks for sharing and thanks for being here today.
Tom, you're a great host. Thanks for having me on the show.
No, our pleasure. And again, for our listeners, it's John Lawyer, John, the last name Lawayer. You'll find him on LinkedIn. You'll find him on TikTok and Kishar.org, KISHAR.org. Cafe Network is brought to us by Focus MI Market Intelligence, an agricultural market research specialist in Brazil. More information at FOCUSMI.com. Talk to Tom, talk to the world. Thanks for listening. Until the next time here at Cafe and Networking Podcast.